Today, Baba is telling us that we are greatly fortunate. And you see, fortune is an aspect of our destiny. Yes. And we are greatly fortunate. And we have the fortune that we are being taught by the Supreme Teacher himself. And Baba says, it is our great fortune that we are receiving the knowledge from the ocean of knowledge himself. And this is the knowledge that rishis and munis, the ascetics and the spiritual strivers have been, striving for so long. And they don't have this knowledge, but we have this knowledge. And Baba says that we must be in awareness or in cognizance of our fortune. Why is Baba telling us you are greatly fortunate? Because sometimes, the fortunate are not recognizing their fortune. Yes, and Baba says, you have the knowledge that even the rishis and munis, those who strived for it, they don't have it. Do you understand that people left their homes and families and comforts and everything, and they sacrificed their whole life for what? Not for God, for looking for God, for looking for the truth. They did not know the truth. They did not know God. They spent their life looking for God, looking for the truth. And they never found it. But, I remember there was this one person, and he was an ascetic, and I was just asking him that, what are you doing? So he said, we are looking for God, we are looking for the truth. And then I asked him, what if you don't find it? So then he said that, then, whatever I do in this birth will help me progress in this finding in the next birth. And then birth after birth after birth I'll take, and then I will ultimately find. So just think about, how much is the importance of truth and knowledge and God. And, we children, we find Baba, and Baba gives us the knowledge just like that. Yes, and then sometimes children don't appreciate it. And, Baba tells us that, so what is the importance of knowledge? Baba says this knowledge is going to give you liberation in life. This knowledge is the basis of, becoming a ruler in heaven. So this knowledge is the basis of, taking inheritance from Baba. But do I pay that much attention to knowledge? Yes, so there are many children who don't even read the Murli or, listen to the Murli. So this is the class based on Murli. This is not Murli. This is just, reflection on the Murli. But Baba gives us the knowledge, and so Baba says that you must read the Murli. And Baba gives the knowledge in the Murli every day. And of course, we are discussing points from the same Murli, but some points are covered in the class. But we should have a lot of love for reading the Murli, listening to the Murli, or, understanding or revising the points of the Murli, keeping in my awareness what Baba said in the Murli. And Baba says that, this knowledge is going to make you make you inherit the inheritance of liberation in life, or make go and become a king in Satyug. And Baba says this is your fortune. And Baba says that those who strive for it didn't get it, but you get it through your fortune. And you know what? It is our fortune to find Baba, or receive the knowledge. But again, I have to see whether I am appreciating it, whether I am using the knowledge, whether I am, taking the full inheritance from Baba. Because only then we will be called ultimately fortunate. Otherwise, you found Baba, you found knowledge, you got received knowledge, but you didn't do anything about it. That is great misfortune. Yes, sometimes, Baba says in the Murli, if you want to see the most fortunate, you find them here. And if you want to see the most unfortunate, you find them here. And in the when I heard this for the first time, I felt, how is it possible? So, of course, I have found Baba. So I'm supposed to be the most fortunate. Then how can Baba say that, if you have to see the most unfortunate, they are also here? So you see, the biggest fortune is you found Baba. You found the knowledge. Baba is giving you the knowledge that nobody has. But the most unfortunate thing is you don't value it. And if you don't value it, you lose it all. Yes, and when children give reasons, small reasons for why can't they apply knowledge. So, Baba, in knowledge means Baba tells you, what to be aware of, what to put into action, what to do, what to abstain from. And Baba gives you directions about everything. And Baba gives you the truth, which you have to hold in your awareness, churn. But there are so many children who give excuses why they can't read the Murli, why can't they follow what Baba says in the Murli. They give reasons for not following Shrimad, for not doing Seva. And then, I just sometimes I feel just wonderful that, you have the method to create your fortune. And then you give reasons to other people why you can't create your fortune. But you see, you don't have to give reasons to anybody. You are spoiling your own fortune and you will repent for it. So Baba says that Baba says you are the most fortunate. But who are most fortunate? Who value what Baba is giving. And Baba gives us the knowledge first. Baba says the first sign of fortune is you are receiving knowledge. So what knowledge does Baba give which even rishis and munis don't have? Rishis and munis are ascetics in India, okay? So those ascetics, they also don't have that knowledge. What is that knowledge? So Baba says that in Bharat it is said that the rishis and munis, when they were asked, do you know God or the beginning, middle and end of the creation? Then they used to say, no, neti neti, we don't know. So and that is why, everybody says that you cannot fathom God or you cannot fathom the creation of God, because it is believed that even those who strive for it could not figure out the beginning, middle and end of the creation, or could not figure out who God is. So Baba says, I come and give you all the knowledge, that is the knowledge of who God is, what the beginning, middle and end of the creation is. And Baba says, I give you the knowledge of the drama. And Baba, we will discuss what is the knowledge of what is the implication of the knowledge that Baba gives. But before that, Baba today also gives us a very important point. Baba says that destiny is not what Baba creates. So Baba doesn't, so people say that God writes the destiny. Okay, so they say Ishwar ki bhavi, which means the destiny that God creates. But Baba says, no, there is no destiny that I create. There is the destiny of drama, destiny created in the drama. Yes, so Baba says that because, so you see, people think that if they pray to God, their destiny would change. But Baba says that I do not create the destiny. The destiny is fixed because the drama is fixed. Yes, so I give you the knowledge of the drama. Okay, and when you receive the knowledge of the drama and you prepare yourself according to the knowledge of the drama, then your destiny is, you go back to the best, the best version of yourself, or the best part of yourself. I hope I'm able to make this understand, because you see, this is a little deep, that Baba says, people say that God writes the destiny. So why is God being so, so merciless? And why is God not changing the destiny of loss or destruction or sorrow? Yes, but Baba says that I do not write the destiny. This whole drama is pre-written. It has a pre-written script, and I'm also playing my part in that drama. And my part is to tell you about the drama. Yes, I tell you about what is the design of the drama. And the most important thing that Baba tells us is this drama is cyclic. Yes, so Baba tells us the beginning. So I was telling you that we will discuss about the knowledge that Baba gives. So what is that knowledge? The knowledge of the beginning, middle and end of drama. So Baba tells us that nobody knows that in the beginning, what was civilization like? What were people like? So Baba says, you were humans in the beginning. Yes, it was not like, you evolved into human beings and previously there were only monkeys, filling the world. No. Baba says, in the beginning, it was a deity civilization, and everybody was a deity, and it was a world of, purity. And Baba tells us about the details of that world. Baba makes us, remember the details of that world. And Baba today tells us that, if you read a story, if you read a drama, it wouldn't come into your buddhi. But if you saw it, it would come to your buddhi, and it would be a part of your awareness. And Baba also gives us the third eye. Yes, have you seen that when you come to Baba, you are able to visualize the things that Baba tells you about. This ability is given by Baba. When you think about the golden age reveals itself to you. Or, when you remember Baba, you can see Baba, you can feel Baba. This is an ability that Baba gives you. I don't know how many of you appreciate that, because, I did not appreciate it until somebody asked me one very interesting question. So, that brother, he was coming for course, and then every day I was giving him a commentary, and then he was trying to remember Baba. And then he told me that, I'm trying, but I'm not able to feel and experience Baba. So I told him, yes, initially it is like that. So he asked, was it like that with you also? I said, yes, it was like that with me also. And then he said, Okay, then when did you start connecting with Baba? So I said, I don't know. Now it seems like I have been, I can feel Baba, but this is a very interesting question because I don't know when that happened. And I don't know how that happened because I don't know of any effort that I specially made to, feel Baba. But, this is what Baba says when he says, I give you the third eye. So, the ability to see, feel, experience the knowledge is given by Baba. And Baba always tells us that use the third eye. Yes, so use the third eye. The more you use it, it will open. You will start experiencing the soul world, just like you experience this world. Those who don't experience the soul world, what will be their words? They will say, this is reality and that is imagination. But Baba's children don't say that. Why? Because we experience the soul world, we experience Satyug like we experience this world. In my awareness, Satyug is an equal reality because I have experienced the taste of Satyug. I don't just have the knowledge of Satyug, but I have experienced the happiness or the joy, even if it's just in yoga. Maybe I'm not able to maintain that happiness all through the day, that intensity of happiness, but I have felt, what happiness of Satyug is like, what fulfillment of Satyug is like. And how can you experience that which, let's suppose, you read about something, you read about a very beautiful palace in a story. You cannot feel that, but you can imagine that, but you cannot experience it. But in Baba's knowledge, Baba gives us the ability to experience everything. And that is the third eye. And Baba says that it's almost like, seeing it, feeling it, experiencing it. It's not imagination. It is very similar to time travel. So, when you have yoga with Baba, or, when you rotate the Swadershan Chakra, based on Baba's knowledge, then it is almost like Baba gives you an experience of time travel. And Baba says that, so you are the children who are able to experience what Satyug is like. You know what Satyug is like. So I give you the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and end. And I tell you that in the beginning, you were like this. And um, when you remember that, when Baba gives us that knowledge, then the first thing that happens is you start understanding that what is your state of, what is your capacity for virtues. Yes, so, Baba says that in the beginning, the world is completely viceless and full of all virtues. And you are able to experience that as a reality, that this is possible and this was there. Yesterday, I was talking to one brother and he had come for the first time. And I told him that sadness, anger, disappointment, hurt, they are not natural, they are habitual. And he said, but it exists everywhere. How can I believe that it is not natural? It is habitual. You are telling me that there is somebody who doesn't experience these things. So I said, not somebody, you are the person who didn't experience these things and then you started experiencing this. And he said, and why did I do that? Why did I make that choice? So I told him, because you became body conscious. And then I explained, how we take births after births after births and we start identifying with the body more. And then you start getting attached to everything that's physical. And because of that attachment, there is a reaction. And then that reaction becomes a sanskar. And then you start feeling you're not even aware that you're reacting. It comes so naturally to you. So it's not natural, it's habitual. And Baba tells us this whole story. Baba says that in the beginning, what was your capacity, your capacity of love, your capacity of joy, or how pure you were. And then Baba tells us how we lost it. And how we lost it because we became body conscious, we became vicious. And again, Baba tells us it's a cycle. And then Baba tells us about the predestined cycle of the drama, that again that new world is coming. So what you do is you make effort to again go back to soul consciousness. And Baba today says that I remind you of your original nature, your original religion. And I remind you that it is in your complete capacity to be peaceful, be pure, be loveful as long as you want, in my remembrance. So, you just sit in the awareness that you are a soul. You are the child of the ocean of peace. You belong to the world of peace and you are peaceful. And you can be in peace, speak in peace, act in peace as long as you want. And this is what Baba does. Baba says, I am not the creator of destiny. This destiny or this drama is created. And I come and become the catalyst through which you can again claim your destiny. So you are destined, those who are sitting in front of me are destined to go to the world of happiness. And if you just did this little thing that I'm telling you, which you do every cycle, which is not difficult for you. So don't look at other people, look at yourself and ask yourself, is this a big deal? It's not a big deal because you've done it every cycle. And you were the person I'm trying to, tell you to be again. So just in my remembrance, again go back to that. And I was just thinking, I have seen many people who try very hard to change their sanskars. Yes, and they can't. But it's not like that with us. We need just willpower. We Brahmins, and it is not wrong if I say that Brahmins are, if a Brahmin is weak, if a Brahmin is under the sway of some vice or something, it's because of lack of effort. It's not destiny. But if somebody else is weak, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have Baba, they do not have yoga with Baba, so they don't have the power. So that is destiny. But a Brahmin being weak is a choice. Yes, and this is something that I have felt, that if a Brahmin wants to, because you have Baba, you have everything. Yes, you have the knowledge, you have the access to Baba's powers, you can take as much as you want from Baba. Baba is reminding you of your destiny and Baba is giving you that faith every day. So if a Brahmin is not progressing, it's just because they are not making enough effort. And if you made effort, if you just, I will give you one simple thing, make an effort to imbibe 2 points from the Murli every day. Imbibe, not, revise. Imbibe 2 points from the Murli every day. You will become perfect. Just 2 things you pay attention to all day, that will make you perfect. Yes, so Baba says that we children are the most fortunate and we are receiving the knowledge of the beginning, middle and end of the world. We know who we were, how we fell and how to rise again. Yes, we know Baba, the one, and knowing Baba means having accurate yoga with Baba. So Baba says that yoga with me can burn all sins, burn the burden of sins that you're carrying since births. But because people don't know me, so they can't burn their sins, because when they are remembering me, that's not accurate remembrance. And when you know me, you can burn all your sins and you can go back to becoming the deity again. And Baba says, this knowledge only you have. Knowledge of the purifier, the ocean of knowledge, the ocean of peace, ocean of happiness. And when you know the source, who is stopping you from becoming full? So Baba says, you know your purpose, you know your journey, you know how you fell, you know the one who can hold your hand and make you rise. What more do you need to know? You know everything. And this is the knowledge that people have been striving for, and we have this knowledge. I know how I fell, and I know where I have to go, and what time is to come. It's not even like, I get prepared, and if Satyug doesn't come, no, Satyug is coming. Baba has told you, if you get prepared, then you don't have to keep preparing. It's not like, what if I'm prepared and there is no examination? No, that also is fixed, and you have complete knowledge of the drama. And Baba says that you just have to now use the knowledge. You know me, I'm the purifier, I'm the ocean of knowledge, I'm the liberator, I'm the guide. When you know me, then you can have everything from me because you know the source. And by following the directions of Baba and having yoga with Baba, you can have everything. So Baba tells us that you are the most fortunate. And then Baba tells us that you know that now everything that you see with these two eyes is going to be destroyed. Yes, this is the sacrificial fire of the Rudra, and everything, this is the destiny, predestined destiny that Baba has made us aware of, that everything you see with these two eyes is going to be destroyed. So what is the implication of that? Yes, what is the implication of that? Does anybody mind donating their organs? Yes, until and unless you think, it's unethical or something attached with religion. If you just look at the utility, yes, if somebody said, you should donate your organs because once your body is of no use to you, it can be of use to somebody else, right? So if you know that everybody has to die, and then why would you mind that your organ is not used after you can't use it? It is as simple as that. And Baba says, when you know that whatever you are hoarding and accumulating will never be of any use, why not use it and create a fortune? Yes, so just imagine, the time, energy, body, wealth, thoughts, whatever you are not using up according to Baba's directions, it is all going to waste. And about money, even people think that you can hoard it or something, but just think about the thoughts you have in a day, the mind or the body. If you're not doing seva with it, that energy is getting wasted. So 24 hours you have every day, either you use it or waste it. You have the capacity to think, either you use it for creating your higher stage or doing mansa seva, or you waste it. So but Baba says, even when, and this has always been like that. So it's not like when Baba comes, only then you have a mind or you have time. You have this always, but people choose to waste it and not use it productively. But again, maybe we will say that they didn't have the understanding or the power to have control over how to use their mind or how to use their time. They were living like slaves of body consciousness and vices. But now we are very powerful, and Baba says you are knowledgeful and powerful. So why waste something that's going to, that's going to waste if you don't use it productively? So Baba says, have this knowledge that everything that you see with these two eyes will turn to ashes. And Baba says, when you know this, then you sacrifice it in this sacrificial fire that Baba has created. And when when a fire is created, a sacrificial fire, it has a lot of flames. It's huge. And when you want to sacrifice in it, when you want to put some material into it, then your hand has the chance of getting burnt. So it requires some courage to put it in the sacrificial fire and not spill it around. So when it's a physical fire also, this happens. So Baba says that here also, when you want to not waste it, you don't want to, just let your body, mind and wealth of Sangam you get wasted, but you want to put it in the sacrificial fire purposefully, then also you will have to have some courage, because your vices and your body consciousness will not allow. But Baba says, now that you understand that this sacrificial fire that Baba has created, this is going to burn down everything in the end. Everything is going to be sacrificed in it in the end. So why not I make my choice and sacrifice my body, mind and wealth intentionally, purposefully, and on the directions of Baba, so that I receive the multi-million times fold return of it in the future. So Baba tells us about these things, and just recognize your fortune. And Baba says, become the most fortunate, because those who recognize their fortune, those who understand the knowledge, imbibe it, and act accordingly, and those who understand the power of sacrifice, that whatever you sacrifice intentionally will make you sacred, will purify whatever you have. So the body, mind and wealth that you sacrifice gets purified. Sacrifice means to make sacred. So when you understand that, you take that step. Okay, Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Okay, Prithvi, when you can finish.
Okay.
Today in the Avyakt Dishari, Baba says a person is given a title according to the action that he performs. And if my actions are elevated, I'll be given the title of an elevated jewel. Like Mahavir Hanuman, we say, Ram also we say, Maryada Purushottam. So then Baba further he says that in order to become an elevated jewel, both virtues are required, that of simplicity as well as tolerance.
Correct.
So, and not only in my actions, but he says on certain level in my thoughts, in my deeds, and in my words also, everything, there has to be the, all three should be in alignment.
You see, this thing about simplicity and tolerance, you see, Baba's children are, so when we are not very complicated, so your heart has the desire to do what Baba says. So if you're not simple, then there is a lot of struggle inside about putting Baba Shrimat into practice. Whether it is about doing something that Baba asks you to do, or not doing something that Baba abstains you from doing. Both these aspects, if you are simple, you don't have a lot of complication or struggle inside about putting this into action, okay? But the thing is, you may be simple, you may want to do a lot of things, but then as soon as you start doing it, there will be many challenges. And those who are simple will take the step, but if you don't have tolerance, you will take that step backwards again. And that is why you need a lot of tolerance also. And when there is not these two qualities, then very simple children of Baba, they become very discouraged eventually. Yes, but Baba says, Baba's children have to be powerful and tolerant along with being simple. Otherwise, if you can't just, even, when people tell you you are very simple and that's why you, maybe you have not read many scriptures, so you're just finding this gyan very interesting, but it's not like that. Even you cannot tolerate that much if you're not tolerant. So you have to have the ability to be tolerant. Yes.
And Didi, even like the classes that have been posted 3 to 4 days back, the my sister from USA, I was listening to the class wherein Chakradhari Didi told that whenever you are trying to change a particular sanskar, I don't believe you cannot face a lot of difficulties, but you cannot, you're not able to change means you don't have that, you have the will that I want to change, but that will, that it does not have that strength from inside. She uses the word drita. I don't know what is it in English.
Determination.
She says that you don't determination, exactly. So that determination is lacking from inside.
Correct.
That doesn't allow you to change that sanskar.
And determination emerges when you have tolerance, when you have the power to face, when you have the power to accommodate. Because what actually pushes you back is the lack of these powers. And determination is continuing come what may. Yes, so that is it. Okay.
Thank you, Didi.
Om Shanti. Thank you. Vandana mein.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Didi, I understand it this way. It's about choice and fear also, side by side.
Correct.
And a few more points from today's Murli. Baba also described today about Sangam, importance of Sangam youth.
Correct.
One is right now, and one was of Treta and Dwapar. And this is more appreciated because it takes us to Charti Kala, and that takes us to Beauty Kala.
Correct.
And Baba today also described the system of transferring the kingdom. How Suryavanshis transfer their kingdom to Chandravanshi with respectfully.
Correct.
Their feet are washed and they are given tilak and takht, and not by fight.
Correct. Yes.
And Baba today also asks us to pay focus on imbibing the divine manners and virtues also.
Right.
Because we are going to be resident of that new world.
Right.
And we have to follow that culture also.
Right.
And Baba today also told about 4 biradaris. First is number 1 and highest is our deity biradari, Adi Sanatan Devi Devta Dharma. Second is Islamist, third is Buddhist, and fourth is Christianity.
Correct.
And many others.
Correct.
And Baba also said that deity part is only ours, only we have to play that part.
Right.
According to Dharma.
Right.
And all the festivals also are started from this Sangam